Hey, how's it going, my Guns and Tea people? This is GunsNTposes here. This is a new segment I'm going to start doing. Just to give me, I don't know, any excuse to rant about whatever I want to rant about. If I get some, questions to talk about things, serious things, Jack, in the comments, I might state my opinions on it, whatnot. But today, we're going to be talking about something pretty cool. So, as you may know, Joe Biden posted on his Twitter, October 6th, 2 days ago, as of recording, as you can see down here. They are looking at examining the scheduling of marijuana in the United States. So I'll just read the tweets to you. As I've said before, no one should be in jail just for using or possessing marijuana. Today, I'm taking steps to end our failed approach. Allow me to lay them out. First, I'm pardoning all prior federal offenses of simple marijuana possession. There are thousands of people who were previously convicted of simple possession who may be denied employment, housing, or educational opportunities as a result. My pardon will remove this burden. Second, I'm calling on governors to pardon simple state marijuana possession offenses. Just as no one should be in a federal prison solely for possessing marijuana, no one should be in a local jail or state prison for that reason either. Third, we classify marijuana at the same level as heroin, and more serious than fentanyl. It makes no sense. I'm asking Secretary Becerra and the Attorney General to initiate the process of reviewing how marijuana is scheduled under federal law. I'd also like to note that as federal and state regulations change, we will still need important limitations on trafficking, marketing, and underage sales of marijuana. Sending people to jail for possessing marijuana has upended too many lives for conduct that is legal in many states. That's before you address the clear racial disparities around prosecution and conviction. Today, we begin to right these wrongs. All right. So, let's go through some of these comments that are totally out of pocket and off the fucking subject, most of them. What about possessing and smoking crack and meth with a bunch of hookers? Should they go to jail then? What if they filmed it all and put it in a laptop and then lost that laptop? Are you taking any steps to end your failed approach to fatherhood? First off, shut the fuck up. I mean, what in the actual fuck? That has nothing to do with the fucking conversation. Any of that, that's what pisses me the fuck off about people in America. Tell me where else in the fucking world that something good. I mean, this is good. This is not a bad thing. I'm going to turn my mic down just a little bit. Stop wagging your tail, Milk Dud. This is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Marijuana has been legal in California and Colorado for years. For years. They have shown actual evidence that it is medically viable to treat certain conditions. Chronic pain, cancer patients, a lot of them benefit greatly from the use of marijuana, where regular pain medicine is either too dangerous for them to use or just not effective. This is a good thing. Stuff like this, 5 times August. Husband, father, songwriter. Well, I'll never be listening to your fucking music. Because you're a piece of shit. Honestly, you're a piece of shit. Elon Musk, thumbs up. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Oh, it's an election year. Oh, she's a pro wrestler. Oh, this is good. Giving out candy and kissing babies. Not everyone has a short attention span. We remember what you said about the unvaccinated, who didn't die, and how you used OSHA to persecute and push vaccine agenda. We see you. You're a fucking idiot. You're actually an idiot. You are actually a stupid fucking idiot. A stupid fucking idiot shithead. That's what this bitch is. Let me explain. There is no correlation between vaccines and marijuana. Show me the correlation. Show me the money, baby. And I'll take all this back. There's no correlation. Yes, it's an election year. Yes, he's deciding to run for re-election in 2024. We all knew that this was going to be part of Biden's agenda to legalize marijuana. We knew that the next time a liberal Democrat, I don't want to say liberal, I hate that shit. Liberal conservative is Democrat Republican. I mean, it's unconstitutional, but that's how the United States works. I am an independent. I sway on both sides of the political spectrum. The legalization of marijuana should be a universally accepted idea. But anyway, this is stupid. Trump did the same shit, trying to get things that he knew people wanted passed. They all do this. They want to get reelected. It is their job to get reelected. It's how they make money. They are politicians. They do politics as a job. So yes, they're going to do what people want. But at the end of the day, we want them to do what people want because that's the purpose of a fucking politician. I do not get this. Whereas Trump was doing things that the conservatives wanted, there are people on both sides, plenty of them that want this to happen. But anyway, let's continue. This might just be a troll. I don't think this is a troll. No. Biden, you are making an unwise decision. Think through. Marijuana should be declared illegal, and anyone who's seen using or possessing cannabis should be jailed. Society acts like it's cool, but a lot of people's lives, especially the youth, have been ruined because of its unprescribed usage. Alright, you're fucking stupid. You're fucking stupid. I would argue that more people's lives have been ruined by the use of cigarettes and dying to lung cancer than people smoking marijuana. We're just going to skip this because I don't understand that. We're also going to skip this because this is fucking ridiculous. Yes. He was fucking racist. How old is this man? $1942. He was damn near 30 by the time desegregation happened. Oh, God. Desegregated. Yep, mid-1960. He was fucking damn near 30, bro. Like, dude, he was like 25. He grew up in segregation. He is a fucking politician. He is going to say what he thinks people want to hear. This is just kind of funny. I thought this was funny. Joel, this tweet is making me shake with unrestrained rage. I'm a youth football coaching legend. It disgusts me to see you encouraging them to use drugs. The sensible injections that I require them to take are much safer. Delete this and do better. And then this guy doesn't get the joke. Sorry. You have youth football players required to take injections? Injections of what, I may ask? Steroids? I mean, I'm past the weed smoking part of my life, but weed doesn't destroy your liver and kidneys. You should be taking this matter to the parents, coach, not POTUS. Steroids come from the earth. They are perfectly safe, even though some of the parents disagree, and I have to have the shots administered when they aren't allowed. Weed is made in a lab. This guy's pretty funny. I like this guy. I like it. Let's just see this one. So to recap, we have raided Trump's home, paid some college loans, set people free from jail. All in a Hail Mary attempt to save the failing Democrat Party in the midterms. Can't wait to see what's next. And see, this is just, I mean, what is this? And then there's this old lady Before you lay out anything, do more research on the adverse effects of using marijuana, including it being a gateway to harder drugs and to crime. You and your advisors are consistently for making Americans last, counting the days to midterms and 2024. Yep, you're old as shit. You're old as dirt. You old ass fucking bitch. Yeah, and tell them how it makes white women have intercourse with black men. Laughing my butt off. Thank you, Mr. D. Temple. This lady's fucking stupid. Of course it's a gateway to crime because it's fucking illegal. It's fucking illegal. So in order to obtain it, you are committing a crime. Therefore, it's not a gateway to crime. It is a fucking crime. That's fucking stupid. And yes, it can lead to more crime because in order to obtain it, you're fucking committing a motherfucking crime. And no, it has been proven time and time again that marijuana is not a gateway drug. Let's look at this. Okay? Let's look at this. Right? Bonita. Some research suggests that marijuana use is likely to precede use of other licit and illicit substances and the development of addiction to other substances. For instance, a study using longitudinal data from the National Epidemiological Study of Alcohol Use and Related Disorders found that adults who reported marijuana use during the first wave of the survey were more likely than adults who did not use marijuana to develop an alcohol use disorder within 3 years. People who used marijuana and already had an alcohol use disorder at the outset were at greater risk of their alcohol use disorder worsening. Marijuana use is also linked to other substance use disorders, including nicotine addiction. Let's read this. Early exposure to cannabinoids in adolescent rodents decreases the reactivity of brain dopamine reward centers later in adulthood. To the extent that these findings generalize to humans, this could help explain the increased vulnerability for addiction to other substances of misuse later in life that most epidemiological studies have reported for people who begin marijuana use early in life. So, it cross-sensitizes your brain. That's known. So, let's think, right? Let's just think this through a little bit. Let's just not be stupid. Let's just use our brains here. If someone is smoking marijuana, they're probably okay with a little bit of drug use, right? If someone never smokes marijuana, never smokes a cigarette, and never drinks alcohol, they probably just don't fucking want to. I mean, seriously. Yes, marijuana is normally the first drug you use. And there is scientific evidence that it cross-sensitizes your brain and puts you at a greater risk of being addicted to other drugs. There is no evidence that you need more and more marijuana, and eventually the marijuana isn't enough, and you move on to heroin or fucking crocodile or some shit. I have not seen a single research paper that suggested that notion. It is all about making you more susceptible to it. But this old lady in this fucking Twitter thread sits and she thinks that smoking weed 3 times is going to make you go, oh yeah, let's get a fucking spoon and fucking, just listen and do heroin. That's not how it fucking works. The thing is, the common sense, okay, is that people that are willing to break the law to smoke marijuana or take edibles or hit a dab pen are going to be more willing to break the law to do heroin or fentanyl or any of these other drugs. There is evidence that it makes you more susceptible to addiction. There isn't evidence, however, that it makes you want to try other drugs or want or need to try other drugs because marijuana is not enough anymore. This is going to be little story time here. I was a major stoner back in high school. Stopped smoking weed when I got a medical license so that, I wouldn't lose my fucking medical license because it's a Schedule 1 drug. We'll talk about that in a second. I can say that marijuana is as far as I ever went. I still intake nicotine. I still, drink a shit ton of energy drinks. I'm not healthy by any stretch of the imagination, but I've never, and stuck a needle full of heroin in my fucking arm. I've met so many people through my life that haven't ever gotten the urge after smoking a blunt. I think it's time that we realize that we cannot win the war on drugs, especially with something as rampant as marijuana. I'll tell you another argument I've heard. I want to go back to this, but this thought just popped into my head. Why are we pardoning people for the possession of marijuana? Because it was a crime when they committed it. Well, but it's not a crime anymore if they take it off the schedule, or at least move it down the schedule. I think they should take it off the schedule entirely, because we're going to review some drugs on the schedule in a minute. I think it should be completely federally legalized and taken off the schedule, because the Drug-Free Workplace Act, which counts for all public servants, prohibits the use of scheduled drugs while you're employed. So, I am a paramedic. I could not use it even if it got moved to Schedule 3, I don't think. Unless I've read it wrong. Anyway, that's besides the point. If it's legal now, then why should we punish somebody for doing something that is no longer illegal? And people will counter and say, well, then why don't we pardon the people that were dealing it or smuggling it in from Mexico? I would counter that with, even if they legalize the use and possession of it, it is still illegal to traffic or sell unlicensed marijuana in the United States of America. It's still a crime. But we put these 16, 17-year-olds into jail, put them through juvie, a 19-year-old, 20-year-old, 34-year-old. We just ruined their life because they were carrying 6 ounces of marijuana on them with no evidence they were dealing. And the people that have the biggest problem with this are people like this bitch, little white conservative people. Right? I would counter all these people that, say it's still a crime. How many of those people have gotten into their vehicle tipsy from hanging out at their buddy's house watching the fucking Sunday night football and driven home drunk? How many people have done that? Yeah, exactly. We cannot sit here and tear other people apart for doing something that we ourselves have done something worse than. Because just the simple possession of marijuana is nowhere near as bad as driving drunk and threatening the lives of other people on the road. But yet they will sit here and say that these people that were overly convicted, not given the same chances. I mean, look at the fucking statistics. Do you know how many people I know that are white and smoked or still smoke marijuana? Most of them. And yet, why are they predominantly black people getting locked up for it? Look at the statistics. How many 17-year-old white kids have had the chance, been given the chance by police officers to chuck that bag of marijuana and say they won't ever do it again. But you make that same person black, and no, they're getting hauled off because I've seen it myself. I'm not saying that's every police officer. No way. But it is a problem in the United States of America. Racial profiling and the overconviction of the minority population for the same crimes is a documented issue in America. So it's these white people. Nah, now Joe's cool. You're such a badass. You know? Yep. He fell asleep after a marijuana overdose. I agree. Let's see. Yeah, this right here too. Man, this is just retarded. Look at this. Correct. Unfortunately, there's also those who can't enjoy its uses/benefits because of the ridiculous laws against it. But you can drink a fifth and destroy your life night after night. Marijuana, tobacco, alcohol, and pornography should all be illegal. Anyway, let's move on. I like this. I like this a lot. Anyway, let's just go ahead and move on from that conversation. Let's look at this. This is interesting to me. Narcotic schedule, right? Let's just look at this. These are the Scheduled 1 drugs. These are just some examples. Heroin, marijuana, LSD, MDMA, and peyote. Heroin, marijuana, LSD, MDMA, and fucking peyote. Dude, fucking peyote. I've known people that have done LSD, MDMA. Lot worse than marijuana. A lot worse. These are the Schedule 2 drugs. They have a high potential for abuse, but less than the Schedule 1 drugs that contains marijuana. Let's just keep that in mind. Also, Schedule 1 drugs have no legitimate medical use in the United States. Yeah. Oxycontin, methamphetamine, methadone, Percocet, cocaine, Demerol, fentanyl, Ritalin, and Adderall. Let's just think this through. Marijuana is higher on the list than methamphetamine, which does have an actual medical use in the United States of America, by the way. It does. And cocaine. Okay? Cocaine. Oxycontin, dude. And marijuana is just up here, a little fucking leaf Which I think peyote's got something to do with that shit too. I guess magic mushrooms aren't anywhere into this shit. But like just a little fucking leaf chilling. Man-made stimulant hell. Crack cocaine is supposedly less dangerous than marijuana. They have the highest potential to be abused. Yeah, marijuana is the most used illicit drug in the United States of America, for sure. But you're telling me to be abused, it has a higher potential than methamphetamine? You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. Let's look at this. We'll make this our last point. We're almost 30 minutes in. I just wanted to... All right, let's do this. All right. All right. Let's look at this. Let's just do some quick maths. Okay. 130,180. Let's do a quick assessment of the situation here. Let's go with a simple 85% of 130,180. That's 110,653. Now let's look at this. How many yearly opiate overdoses do we have? Deaths. 75,673. So let's just go ahead and add this to the number 75,673. 186,326. That's just with these two. And this isn't just heroin. But you know. But anyway. Let's look a little bit better, right? So let's go ahead and add up the amount of deaths related to alcohol and cigarettes. So what was this number again? 110,636 plus That's 198,636. Let's pull our notepad out here. That's going to be 198,636. That is holy shit. Whoops. Sorry. Hit my voice my soundboard. And the Avengers bass boosted theme started exploding in my ear. Yeah. Yeah, there's not even... So. Zero. Yeah, my point stands. Hope you have a good day, guys. Love y'all.